Hey everyone, and welcome to the All Elite Zone podcast on YouTube and Twitch. Uh, we're here for our AEW slash New Japan Pro Wrestling or Forbidden Door, if you want to call it, pay per view review. We were supposed to make a predictions video, but that got screwed up with a lot of fireworks stuff. But yeah, we are
Yeah.
going to make a review of it. Um, there's a total of like 11 matches, uh, including the pre-show. Well, 13 matches actually because they added Lance
Yeah.
Archer and Nick Comoroto last minute. But yeah,
5 hour pay-per-view.
yeah, that was and if you watch the post media scrum with Tony Khan, that didn't end until 1 a.m.
Hmm.
Tony was talking and like a it's kind of like a am I freezing up?
No, you're not freezing up. You're good.
Uh, it's basically like the like how the like NBA has their post game interviews and stuff.
Right. I thought it was pretty cool though. I love the little media scrum. I think it's awesome because it furthers stories along, and you get to hear a little bit of the backstage issues, and I think it's interesting. I think that doing it's New Japan. It's very New Japan. You know.
Yeah, that one time Tony Khan went off on Eric Bischoff on there, like the last one they had for Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
He went off. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna start from the pre-show all the way down to like all these matches not in order. Um, but yeah, the first match is keep on freezing up.
Yeah. You're coming in good on this side.
So that works. Am I froze up now?
No, a little laggy, but you're not froze. You're not frozen up.
Let me try something.
Oh, well, he'll be back. But yeah, the whole pay per view honestly was pretty awesome. I think one of the best things I think they've put on. Oh, there he is.
All right, it should be better now.
Yeah, you're coming in clear.
All right, so the first match on the pre-show was the Gun Club and Max Caster versus the New Japan Pro Wrestling Dojo team. Um, I know all these names: DKC, Kevin Knight, Alex Kuglin, and
Googling, yeah,
I don't know how to pronounce this one name.
me neither.
Yuya Yuya Imura. I wish Aiden was on here because he probably knows all these
Yeah,
names.
yeah, he knows most of New Japan names.
This match was a very good match. I was going for the New Japan Pro Wrestling Dojo team to win, but I thought it was a very good match. Then Dan Helsing did his little skit.
Yeah,
Uh, and Billy Gunn, he actually wrestled in this match. One of the guys from the New Japan Pro Wrestling Dojo team, like they were able to pick Billy Gunn up, and like this guy's a skinny dude, and he's able to pick Billy Gunn up and just toss him across the ring.
yeah, that was pretty awesome though. That was pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
but yeah,
And oh, go ahead.
you can go.
Oh, I was gonna say like Billy Gunn still doing this thing. I mean, he's in better shape than most of us young people. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah,
nuts. I mean, it's. I mean, it. I think with the right push, I like to see Billy Gunn have a singles push in AEW at least once. You know what I'm saying? At least once.
yeah, he's definitely not. He's definitely still in shape. He could go for another. I don't know about a title run, but I don't know
I
how.
mean, I'm not saying he will win the title. I'm saying like put him in the picture.
Why do I keep logging up so much? This is not how I wanted to start this.
Oh, you're a little bit laggy. But yeah, I honestly thought the match was cool. They're still there? Oh, I guess it did freeze up. Hmm. Folks, technical difficulties. Hold on.
Um,
Oh, there you are.
I don't know how there's two of me's on here, but all right, hopefully I got that. I think that was the problem. Um,
Oh,
anyways, yeah, I think
yeah,
Gun Club. Yeah, find one way. I think Billy can go for at least a tag title run, or if AEW has trios titles, the Gun Club could win those.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, the Gun Club and Max Caster won this match. Then the next match was I thought this was a very good match. Shane Strickland and Keith Lee versus El Desperado and I'm
Desperado.
not gonna
Yes.
and Yoshi. I don't even want to try to butcher it. Try to say it. Yoshi. I know. I don't know. But
We,
if you guys watched the match, you know who I'm talking about. If you know New Japan,
yeah. I think it's skipping a little or lagging. Oh, he's froze up again. Oh, there he goes. Well, like I said, technical difficulties. He'll be right back, I'm sure. But I honestly think that what they're doing with Keith Lee and Swerve, I mean, you can honestly see like the seeds being planted for a heel turn. I feel like Swerve's going to turn on Keith Lee eventually, in my opinion. But the thing, what would be cool is that what people wouldn't expect would be for Keith Lee to turn heel on Swerve. That would be more interesting to me. But that's my opinion.
yeah, they're constantly since Shane Swerve eliminated him from that battle royal. They've had a little confrontation, not big, but like even on dark sometimes, like uh, Keith Lee will get mad if Shane Swerve picks up the win, or
Yeah.
Shane Swerve will get mad if Keith Lee picks up the win.
Hmm.
Uh, I think they're going to
And
face each other pretty soon. Like they're
yeah,
slowly building towards it.
yeah, and think about it. A Swerve threw him out of the battle royal. That I think that's
Yeah,
kind of what started the snowball.
yeah. But yeah, that was a good match. Of course,
Yeah,
Shane Swerve and Keith Lee win it, but I thought the team that they went against did pretty good for a pre-show match. The
yeah.
next match was QT Marshall and Aaron Solo versus Hiroki Gato and Yoshi Hashi. Uh,
Yoshinahashi. I think that's how
yeah,
it's. I'm not. I think that yeah, Yahashi. I think.
yeah. I thought QT Marshall did very good in this match. He did a 450 splash from the top rope, and that's some moves that he normally doesn't do in matches.
That was amazing. I saw that. I was like, I've never really that's I've never really seen that really because as long as I've watched him, the thing is I didn't know much about him before AEW, and I've never seen. And I thought it was amazing. I thought that was one of the coolest moves on in the match.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping with all this, you know, all the cool stuff I mean, how great of a show it was. I'm thinking, yes, they're gonna do a Forbidden Door too. I'm just wondering if they're gonna do it in Japan or are they gonna do it in the States again? Or I think that's my main, wonder about it. Or and that's what I'm questioning about it. Like, because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a Forbidden Door too. I mean, because all the stuff that happened last night. I mean, Orange Cassidy. We'll get to that. Trust me. I mean, Jay White. I mean, Miro, and I mean, we're gonna get to all that. The thing is that I feel like this is probably one of the best shows they've ever put on, and seeing how it's a collaboration between AEW and New Japan. I mean, you can't help but to feel like it's gonna be another one. And exactly, Billy Jeans. I mean, QT Marshall. I mean, personally, I think he's underrated. I totally, you know, and I don't know. I feel like down the line you're gonna see like you're gonna see more of these compelling stories in wrestling. I mean, the whole show was story based, and it was an awesome story being told. I feel. Oh, there he is.
Oh, can you hear me?
Nice. Yeah.
Am I still
You there?
lagging?
No, you're okay. No, you're good.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I thought QT Marshall did very good in this match.
Yeah.
Um, but this is the first match on the card that AEW did not win. QT Marshall and Aaron Solo did not win this match. Gato and Hashi won this match.
Yeah.
This was a very good match for a pre-show match. Uh, and they picked up the win against QT and Aaron Solo. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, Billy. Yeah, I agree. I hope QT Marshall gets more TV time after that match. Yeah, I know some people doesn't like QT Marshall, but
Yeah. I was just saying that I feel he's underrated. Honestly.
yeah, some people don't really like him on TV. I see, like when he first got to AEW, everyone loved him on TV. Now they all hate him.
Hmm. Now Cody's gone. Nobody knows who he is. Oh, oh, there he goes again. Internet issues are internet issues. We all have them. Oh, there he
All right,
is.
I'm getting sick of this now.
I've been there, man. Trust me, I've been there.
All
Everybody
right,
knows.
so hope that's the last time.
Hmm.
Yeah, Billie Jeans. Yeah, Forbidden Door was awesome. I'm really glad they was able to put on a very good show despite a lot of the injuries they had. Um,
Right.
but they added a last minute pre-show match with Lance Archer versus Nick Camarata. I believe these two faced each other on Rampage one time before,
Hmm.
or it may have been Wardlow and Nick Camarata. But I think these two faced each other before. But I thought this was a pretty decent match. I'm glad Lance Archer was on the card at least. Uh,
Yeah.
but Lance Archer won this match. Obviously, he wasn't going to lose it.
Of course. Of course not.
But I thought it was a decent match. I like Nick Camarata. I think he could be a future TNT champion one day. But yeah, Lance Archer won that match, and then that's the end of the pre-show, the buy-in. Um,
Hmm.
so the first, now as I said before, these matches are not in order.
Hmm.
But the first match was Eddie Kingston versus Shada, and Wheeler
Yeah.
Yuta versus Jericho, Suzuki, and Sammy Guevara. Well,
Yeah.
this match was one of the
Uh,
best matches on the card. And then like
yeah, it was really.
it was the very first match, and I couldn't tell you which one's my favorite match because this one's a very good match.
I
Uh,
mean, it was better than it had any right to be. You know what I'm saying? For an opener, you know, and I feel like there were so many spots in this. I wouldn't say spots. There were so many parts in the match where you know the story was the most important thing, and you know Eddie Kingston and his determination, and no matter what, he tried and tried and tried, and then who was that? Unamino, is that his name?
Yeah,
The guy from Japan. That dude, man. If you didn't know who the hell he was before he came out, you knew who he was when he walked back to the backstage. He put on a clinic. It was awesome, and the match was. I don't really have any complaints about the match because I feel like it furthers the story. It doesn't make anybody look weak or nothing like that. I think it's furthering the story between Kingston and Jericho. Really,
yeah. As I said on Twitter or other places, uh, love or hate Sammy Guevara. Am I freezing up again?
no, go ahead. Now Sammy killed it too. I'm not gonna lie, Sammy killed it. You're good, man. You there? Oh, oh, okay. Technical difficulties. But yeah, I mean, I feel like the whole match, honestly, was pretty cool. I feel like this is probably one of the best times to be a wrestling fan. I think.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say is like love or hate Sammy Guevara. He put on. I thought he did the best in that match. He put on a
Yeah,
lot of crazy moves in that match.
he
Uh,
killed it, man.
a lot of people were complaining about him. I mean, yeah, I could see him and Tay Conti getting a bit annoying at times, but him as a him as a performer is amazing.
In
Like
the ring, yeah,
he's put so many memorable moments on an AEW. Like I feel like Sammy Guevara has more memorable moments on than half the roster. With his match against Cody, well, all three of
yeah,
them, the first ever Dynamite match, the ladder match, when Sammy when he gets Miro, when he went against Matt Hardy, Blood and Guts, like
yeah,
Sammy's
yeah,
all over those memorable moments. But yeah, this match was a very good match. But Sammy, Jericho, and Suzuki pulled off to win this match. It was a very good match, but they won
yeah.
this
And
match.
Jericho won clean, I believe, with the Judas effect.
Yeah, that was the guy on the other team, Shada Umino.
Unamino,
Yeah, he kept on showboating, and then it caught up to him. And then Jericho did the Judas effect on
right?
him. If he wouldn't have done
Yep,
all that, it probably had a different outcome.
right.
Uh, yeah, like I would like to see Wheeler Yuta and Sammy Guevara in a singles one on one match. I feel that could be a very good match.
That'd be really good.
Yeah. So yeah, Jericho and like they won that match. The next match I'm going to go with is I'm trying to get these in order, but I'm not sure. I'm just going to go with Sting, Darby, and Shingo
Oh yeah,
Taguchi versus Young Bucks and El Phantasma. El Phantasma, I love. He was on Impact. He's been with New Japan. He's been everywhere. And El Phantasma was him. Him and Sting had a lot of chemistry in that match, and I wouldn't think that they would because this is their first time working with each other.
that was
But
really interesting, though. It was pretty
like they have the
cool.
most. I think they have more chemistry than Sting and Darby because like them two really knew how to square off against each other.
Right.
Uh, then Sting's entrance was very cool. Like first
That
they
was
showed
badass, man. That was pretty
first they showed
badass.
first they showed the rafters like he was going to be coming down from the rafters like he did in WCW.
Like oh yeah, like old WCW.
But ever since the incident with Owen Hart happened, they don't really allow that anymore. Uh, but Sting came from the top of the tunnel when the lights came back on, and he laid them all
Yeah.
out.
This
Like I didn't expect that.
I didn't either. This old wrestler jumps off the top of the entrance onto his opponent. That was cool to see. And
Yes,
the whole thing with New Japan, all of it being all a collaboration and Sting. I mean, it was you can't get any better than that. You can't. And then he gets up and does his thing.
Yeah, Sting on an AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling show in 2022 is something. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't believe you. Uh,
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
Sting, he was fast in the ring. Like he hasn't lost a step. Uh,
No.
like compared to guys like Goldberg and Undertaker, and like they're around the same age, and Sting's a little bit older than some of them, and he's outdoing them. And Sting's put his body through
Yeah.
more than Goldberg or well, I don't know, but I wouldn't say the Undertaker, but Goldberg definitely.
Right.
Um, but yeah, Sting and Darby and Shingo won that match. As I said, El Phantasmo and the Young Bucks were great, and like Hikuleo was ringside with the Young Bucks and
Mm-hmm.
El Phantasmo. I think this match was supposed to be 8-on-8, like a 4-on-4, but
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I think the guy had a fever or something, and he wasn't allowed to travel from Japan to America. Uh,
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I don't know why they didn't just put someone in his place and then still had the 4-on-4. But
Mm.
um, yeah, Sting, Darby, and Shingo won that match. Uh, the next match was for the AEW All Atlantic Championship, and this match was a very, very great match.
Yeah.
It
This
was
was
Pac.
awesome.
It was Pac versus Miro versus Malachi Black versus Clark Connors. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be Ishii, but he has a knee injury, of course,
Mm-hmm.
uh, like everyone else is injured. But they replaced him with Clark Connors. He's also in New Japan, but I didn't know what to expect. A lot of people didn't know what to expect from him. Uh, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah. You coming in all right?
A lot of people didn't know what he was going to do in the ring because not a lot of people, as AEW fans, know who he is unless you watch New Japan Pro Wrestling on a weekly basis. But I thought he
Right.
did very good. I think he had his ass for most of the match, but towards the end he did pretty good.
Yeah. I think the whole match. I think there were seeds being planted within that whole match. Between Miro and Malachi, and I mean, I think that with Pac winning, I think that this pretty much I kind of I'm trying solidifies what he's been saying the whole time, and what fans have always thought of him the whole time is that he deserves to be wearing gold.
Yeah,
He, I think it's validation. I guess you can say, and I mean we've seen a lot of validation throughout this whole pay per view. I think. But he's back out. But yeah, I mean that whole match. I mean, I think that you can build a whole story with Miro and Malachi, and that's gonna hit because I think that Miro needs a huge singles push. Give him, let him go through that, and then have him push because he's already had the TNT title. Why not have him go for the AEW championship when the time is right?
yeah. I feel like, uh, well, I don't want to spoil the main event, but uh, whoever the AEW champion is, I'm not going to spoil the main event, but whoever wins between whoever won that match and CM Punk, I
Mm-hmm.
think Miro should get a
Mm-hmm.
title shot. Uh, but
No
I love,
doubt.
but I love the a lot of the spots at the end. Clark Connors put Miro through a table, or he speared him through a table.
Yeah,
It Miro had the what's the submission hold he does? The
he just kind of
uh,
let the
he sits back on their back or something. The Campbell clutch.
yeah, the camel clutch. Yeah, yeah,
That might be it.
yeah. That's it. That's it. At the Iron
Yeah,
Sheik.
yeah. He put that move on Pac, and I thought that was going to be it. Because Excalibur said that that like how he said that Miro had like he had won the match, but Pac never tapped out. Uh,
Mm.
but and then Malachi spits the black mist in his face. That got
Yeah,
I, like
it got all over his face, man. I mean, damn.
in the way.
He got him good with that though. I mean, because it was all over him.
Yeah, he like once he did that, there was no way he was going to win that match. Uh,
Exactly.
and then Pac picks up the win. Like who did he? He did the Black Arrow on Malachi and put the submission hold on Clark Connors and got the win.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Pac became the first ever AEW All Out Championship. I hope his runs are a very lengthy run, at least
Me too,
200
man.
days.
He deserves it, dude. He deserves it. That's, I mean, that was a stellar performance.
I feel like he could hold the belt through this whole entire year and lose it next year at some point. Uh, but hopefully they don't do it like Sammy and Scorpio do that again. Uh,
Yeah, playing hot potato with it.
but I thought hopefully that's over now since they don't. Scorpio can't even wrestle right now, and Sammy he's injured now. Looks like so that ain't gonna happen either one of them.
Mm.
But yeah, Pac won that match. The next match was for the IWGP Tag Titles and the ROH Tag Titles. It was
This is a
uh,
hard. This is FTR.
yeah, this was winner takes all. Everyone got all the
Yeah.
belts, and this match was a very great match. Dax Harwood got injured, or as we thought, he got injured. He was favoring his shoulder, then he left, and then he came
Hmm.
back, and then that's
But
when
you know
things
what?
started.
You know what though? I love that kind of storytelling.
Yeah,
He's not gonna let that go anywhere. He's gonna take it for his own. And despite how hurt he is, he comes back out there and continues the fight and gets the gold. I mean, I think I that's kind of storytelling I dig in my wrestling. And whenever you see him come back out, when you talk about a crowd going crazy, you talk about a crowd losing their minds. When he walked back out after being injured, that crowd lost their minds, and it was like the
yeah.
coolest thing. It was awesome.
Like I thought he was really injured, and then Cash Wheeler was going to win it all by himself because I really thought he was because he was still dominating the whole match.
Yeah,
Um, Once Dax Harwood got back out there, it went FTR's way, and the finish of the match was so good, like very good paced, and FTR
yeah.
uh, did their finisher, and they are now the new IWGP Tag Champions. So
Oh
all
yeah.
they got three tag title belts in three different companies. So if they win the AEW, then go to Impact, win their tag titles,
Hmm.
ain't no tag titles left for them to get for them to
I
not, like
mean,
now
it's
unless they
safe
go
to.
to unless they
Uh,
go to every little all the like independent shows they go to, win all their tag titles and bring them
yeah,
all on TV and like have a segment and they have all the titles on one table or something like that.
that's cool.
But yeah,
I
this match
mean,
was a very great match.
it's safe to say that they are pretty much the best tag team in the world right now. I mean, there's
Yeah,
kind of no, kind of
yeah,
no doubt at all.
yeah, they're definitely the best tag team in the world right now. And a lot of people said that they're gonna like once their careers are over, they're gonna be known as one of the top five tag teams of all time. Like once
Yeah.
their careers are over, uh, I believe they'll do it because not so much WWE, but in like NXT, they put on a lot of great matches there. Once they got to the main roster, they went flat, but uh,
Hmm.
the runs in NXT and AEW has been very good. But Roppongi Vice was very good too. I'm really curious to see where Chuck Taylor's been at this whole time because
Yeah.
he hasn't been seen in quite some time. Uh, but yeah, FTR won that match in a very great triple threat tag team match. The next match was Thunder Rosa versus Tony Storm for the AEW Women's Championship. Uh, I thought this match was a pretty decent match. I
Yeah, I
give it
thought it
a.
was pretty good.
Of course, Thunder Rosa won the match, but I thought it was a very good match. It was definitely better than Thunder Rosa and Marina Shafir. I hate to say. But
I love how Thunder Rosa used Dustin Rhodes' finish for the match.
yeah,
That was pretty poignant.
and I thought they worked great together. I do believe Tony Storm will win the belt one day, but I don't see Thunder Rosa losing it anytime soon. Um, but
Or
yeah, like
Dustin
that
Rhodes'
was
finish, excuse me.
yeah. But Thunder Rosa won that match. I don't know who I see beating Thunder Rosa.
Hmm.
Maybe I got Ruby Soho beating her eventually. I don't
Yeah.
know who else.
I think down the line maybe Athena.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Thunder Rosa won that match. I wish I would have had a few more women's matches on the card. Uh, they only had one. I heard Tony talking about having some wrestlers from Japan coming to AEW for the show, but a
Hmm.
lot of them had like visa issues and
Yeah,
uh,
that makes sense. That makes a lot
like
of
there's
sense.
like there was a lot of visa issues with all them. Uh, but like they have Riho and Yuka Sakazaki in America already, so I don't know why they weren't used in some capacity. Uh,
Hmm.
but yeah, Thunder Rosa won that match. The next match I'm going to go with is Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy. Now, this match was an amazing match. Uh,
Yeah, this is another match that had no right to be as good as it was. I thought this was amazing, and you get to see just exactly how good Orange Cassidy really is.
yeah, see, Will Ospreay this whole entire time was really making fun of him for like being a lazy wrestler and stuff, but he really stood him up
Right.
in the match. Uh, he did that with Pac, Jericho, a lot of people that he's faced. He's really showing them up because when he first got
Mm.
to AEW, a lot of people didn't like him, but he can actually wrestle when he wants to.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
one of my favorite spots in the match was when Osprey put his hands in Orange's pockets and
yeah,
pulled out his, the bird. That was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty dope.
yeah. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you're coming in good.
All right. Yeah, this match was an amazing match. I had Will Ospreay winning this match, and of course he did win the match. But it was an amazing
Yeah.
match. I didn't know who was going to win at in some point in the match because Orange Cassidy it really looked like he was going to win. But this
Mm-hmm.
match was a number one contendership for the IWGP or the New Japan Pro Wrestling United States Championship apparently.
Right.
And they showed Juice Robinson and someone else.
It
Who
was
was it?
Jay White.
Yeah, him and Jay White. Like they were on.
Yeah.
They were at the you know like up there in the arena, like where they have the
Yeah.
wrestlers sometimes. Uh, so I guess Will Ospreay is going to be challenging Juice Robinson for the title in Japan. Um,
Hmm.
I wish Juice Robinson was on the card, or or in something. I know David Finlay was on Dynamite, but I don't think Juice Robinson did anything in
I don't know.
AEW.
I don't think so.
Um, yeah, like that was a 10-star match. Like at the end of this, I'm not going to be able to say the best match of the night. I'm not going to be able to because
I mean,
it was just
they were all top notch matches. I mean, it's pretty hard to
yeah.
decide.
Ain't no way you could pick one match or another. Um,
Right.
but the next match was Zack Sabre Jr. versus the new Blackpool Combat Club member. Because Brian Danielson was supposed to be in this match, but he got injured,
Yeah.
And Brian Danielson promised a big surprise for his replacement, and this person would be signing with AEW and be a new member
Hmm.
of the Blackpool Combat Club. I know I'm probably going to butcher his name, but the Swiss Superman Cesaro, will now known as Claudio
Claudio.
Casanoli.
Claudio.
Claudio, yeah, Claudio
Claudio.
Casanoli.
Yeah.
Uh,
Man,
he
this is awesome.
he had
This
the
was so
biggest
awesome
pop
to
of the
see.
night. I was the biggest.
Yeah.
I think that was the best debut of this year. I like Jeff Hardy, but that was something else.
And he posed next to a cameraman because there was a lot of rumors going around that he was a camera dude that had a mask on.
Yeah,
And so when he came out, he posed right next to the camera guy.
yeah.
I thought it was great.
I seen some post on Facebook. Like they were showing like hidden. Like they were talking about like hidden like Easter eggs you didn't see, and
Right.
then they showed the camera. Man, this match was a very good match. I wish it was. I wish it was going to be Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr., but this was a very good match. Uh,
Yeah.
Claudio won this match. I thought it was a very good match, and Cesaro was the tights he wore. I'm not used to him wearing because all his time in WWE he would always wear the trunks. Uh,
Right.
but WWE got the ball with him. He could have been a world champion, a multi-time
I
world
mean,
champion.
I agree. They totally dropped the ball with him. I mean, he should have been wearing gold. I don't know how many times, but
He won the tag titles with Sheamus quite a few times. May won the inner, but he should have been a world champion.
he should
Like
have been
there's no
Universal Champion at least once.
there's no way someone like the Miz or I mean like they're gonna put well
How you
now
gonna how you gonna have the Miz be the Universal Champion, but not have Cesaro be have the title
yeah
at least
like they'll give
once?
it like they'll freaking give the title to Roman Reigns for 2 decades. But they don't give two craps of Cesaro.
I
Well,
mean, you know,
I like Roman Reigns. He is having the best title run of his career. But
yeah,
I feel like they could have did more with Cesaro than what they did.
I
Um,
agree.
but Claudio won this match. Uh, hopefully, hopefully if they have another Forbidden Door, hopefully it's Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. Uh,
Yeah.
but uh, Claudio is he's in the Blackpool Comic Club and he will be in the Blood and Guts match this Wednesday. Take
Oh, that's
Danielson's
awesome.
place. Uh,
That's awesome.
yeah, and
And
someone
from what I hear, he has a long term deal with AEW, so he's gonna be there for a while.
yeah, a lot of people said that he wasn't signed, but Tony Khan put the graphic showing that he signed and he signed a contract, so he'll be there for a while. Um, yeah, here's no luck. I'm afraid. Yeah, if in a Moxley's match, it's said that he
Mm.
was concussed in his match, like he had a concussion. Um,
Yeah, I heard about that too.
but he did a post media scrum like right after the event, and like right going into a concussion, there's no way that you would be able to talk and sit through a 20-minute, 30-minute interview. There's
Oh,
no
not
way.
with a concussion. No, not with a
So
concussion.
maybe, hopefully, it's not as bad as they think it is. Hopefully, it's not as bad as what people are making it out to be. But the next match was the Fatal Four match. Jay White, Adam Page, Adam Cole versus Okada. No, Adam Cole did have a concussion because at the very end of the match,
Yeah,
he was supposed to kick out, but
yeah. The end of that match was kind. That's what I was noticing towards the end of the match. I knew something was wrong towards the end because
I
it just
think he
didn't
was
seem
supposed
right.
to. I think he was supposed to kick out, trying to, but I think that he was so his concussion was really really bad. There's
He
no
was out
way
of
that
it.
yeah he was out of it. So I think Jay White was supposed to win the match anyways. Well, I hope he was because if someone else was supposed to win that match, that ruined the person's moment right there. But
Yeah. I mean, they pretty much called an audible. Pretty
yeah, they
much just
called it.
said, "Hey, we're gonna have to do what we gotta do. Time to go home."
Yeah, they said the like amulets came after their match, and I saw a lot of the doctors there that were after the match they were all surrounding him. So and like he was already like injured going into this match. He was already injured.
Yeah,
And he just made it worse. But at the same time, if they had to pull Adam Cole, who was they going to put in his place? Uh,
exactly.
but this match was an amazing match.
That
Okada
was
and
awesome.
Hangman, like they put on an amazing match, and then Jay White and like had some kind of a partnership there in the match. They
Yeah,
were teaming up and stuff, but always this happens, and then at the end of the thing, the two people helping each other ends up turning on each other. It like it always happens that
Yeah.
way. And my froze up.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Uh, am I blurry at all?
No, you're clear. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Uh, yeah, this match was an amazing match. I had Hangman winning this match, but Jay White retained his title.
Yeah.
Uh, but this was an amazing match. But hopefully Adam Cole is back soon. I don't know how
Yeah, I hope
long.
he's all right, man. I hope he's all
Yeah,
right
because
because it seemed like he was pretty messed up, like real bad.
yeah, and a lot of people has been complaining about him on social media and stuff. Uh, then once he puts a lot out to like entertain people, and he
Yeah,
was already injured going into the match. He didn't have to wrestle going. He didn't have to wrestle that match if he didn't want to. If he was because he was already
that's
injured,
true.
so like he didn't
Yeah.
have to do anything. Um, but hopefully he calls back soon. Um, Mitchell Cook. I haven't heard that.
No, that's not true. That's completely false.
I don't know. He was in New Japan a long time ago, wasn't he? Like years ago.
Yeah, he was once a champion in New Japan a long time ago.
If he just go back to Japan, who's he gonna keep up with? Who's he gonna go against that he could he, he'd make a fool out of himself?
I mean, it's a whole different ball game these days. So he wouldn't be able to do anything that they're doing.
I don't want to see that. I know Ric Flair's coming back.
Nobody does.
Ric
And
Flair's coming
nobody
back for one
are,
last
are
match.
people really gonna people really paying to see Ric Flair wrestle? I
Yeah,
mean,
there's tickets there's tickets like $1,000, and
$1,000.
yeah, like there was some I've seen that
So they're paying
like
$1,000 to watch an old man wrestle.
pretty much like they got some other good matches on the card besides that one, but the main event, yeah,
Oh, jeez.
they're gonna be held accountable if Ric Flair if he gets hurt in that ring because I've seen his
I mean,
videos and like I've seen the videos with Jay Lethal and like he looks good, but he hasn't wrestled a match in years.
yeah. I mean,
So
the way I see it, they're probably gonna make it all short and sweet. That he's probably gonna do a couple of chops.
it's a tag
Probably gonna,
match too.
pro-
So
yeah, probably gonna do a couple of chops, and then at the end, the finish is gonna be him doing the figure four, and everybody's gonna make sure nobody gets in the ring. Ding, ding,
Mitchell,
ding.
you guys are. Thank you, Mitchell. Really appreciate that.
Thank
Uh,
you.
but yeah, I haven't heard Hulk Hogan going back there.
I mean, because
If
if I was booking that, I would make sure that Ric Flair doesn't do anything strenuous, doesn't go out there and do any because the man
you watch him go out there and do a 450 splash,
right.
he's never
You
done
know what I'm
that once in his
saying?
career though. He's never
I'm
hit a
not gonna.
450 splash.
I don't want to. I don't want to watch him flop around everywhere. I mean, because he has a pacemaker. I don't want that to
He
to.
does.
Yeah, he has a pacemaker.
See, that's risky right there. If
Exactly.
he dies in that
I'm not
ring,
sure why I'm not sure why they're letting him go on, but they are.
and he doesn't
This
have a
could
lot.
possibly be the last match of his life. I mean,
Yeah, it says Ric Flair's last match. It's definitely going to be his last match. Might be his last day on Earth. I hate to say that, but if he's got a pacemaker, like I know you have to have a license to be a wrestler, and like I heard his license expired years ago. I don't see
yeah.
how he's
I
going to
mean,
be okay to wrestle. Not unless it's like you're saying that he's not going to be taking any bumps. He's basically going to be doing a tag match, and he'll do his thing, figure four leg
right.
lock.
I don't see him
He'll
taking
do
any kind of bumps.
not any crazy ones. There's no way. Um, but yeah, Jay White won that match.
Hmm.
Trying to make sure I got all the matches for the main event. Yeah. So the next match was for the AEW Interim Championship. Lots of people like to say the AEW World Champion. This is the interim. CM Punk's the World Champion.
Right.
The main event was John Moxley versus Hiroshi Tanahashi, and this match was a very good match. Is a very bloody match with John
Oh,
Moxley.
it got graphic. It was oh my
Yeah,
god.
it this match spilled into the crowd a little bit. I think
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but didn't someone go through the table? I think
Well,
Moxley went
that
through it.
yeah, Moxley went through a table. I remember the when the table was put on the rails. There was a little kid there. They had to get the little kid out of the way before the before they ran through the table. Because
Yeah,
I mean, it was. I mean, honestly speaking, I mean, I think for a lot of American fans, for the majority of American fans, they don't know a lot about New Japan wrestling, and when you see the talent from there coming over here and doing their thing, I think I think to me as a wrestling fan, it would kind of open your eyes to different
yeah,
variations and different styles. This is kind of their way of saying, hey, there's more than just WWE. There's a lot of styles of wrestling in the world. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is a great way to blend them all together.
yeah. Um, See, myself going in to the event, I knew who Jay White was, Will Ospreay, Okada, Tanahashi, but a lot of the other people I didn't really know. But well, of course I knew Suzuki. He's been on AEW a lot. But there was
Yeah.
some like one of the who I think it was Aaron Jericho's match. Like he was a Japanese legend. Like I didn't have a clue who that was. Um, everyone was popping for him,
Un-
but I didn't know who he
Unamino?
was.
Unamino?
That might have been him. He kind of looked like I believe.
Yeah, cause him and Jericho have a kind of a backstory in New Japan that a lot I don't think most Americans wouldn't even know about until they watched that match.
Yeah, because I knew some of them. Like I know Nato. Um, he wasn't even on the card. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, this match was a very graphic match, a lot of blood. Uh, but John Moxley did win the match. He became the AEW Interim Championship. He is not a two-time AEW World Champion. He will have to hopefully CM Punk's better by All Out, and then it's Punk versus Mox to
Yeah.
determine who's the champion. And if Moxley wins, then he'll be a two-time champion. I hate people saying that because CM Punk's the actual champion. Like that's why it's called an interim champion.
Hmm.
Uh, but don't get me wrong. I like Moxley's the first ever two-time champion, well AEW
Yeah,
World
that'd be
Champion.
cool. Yeah.
But Moxley won that match. And as I said, it's believed that he had a concussion in the match. So
Hmm.
hopefully he's okay for blood and guts because they don't need him out. He's the last person
Uh,
they need out
that would suck if he was out of blood and guts, man.
because they had Danielson out.
Yeah, it's bad enough.
If they had to pull him, and then Sammy's injured too. So, and if he gets pulled, I just say this,
I
but
mean,
I would probably postpone the match because I mean you
yeah,
keep on taking people out left and right. It's gonna nice you just made a 5-on-5. But that's all you can do. Five on
yeah.
five.
I
But
mean, if you think
still,
about it, if you think about, it, I
still,
mean, it's been this is like probably been the most injuries in AEW since it
oh yeah,
started. I mean, there's never been this amount of injuries. You know, it's nuts.
yeah. There's like 20 injuries plus in AEW right now. Kyle O'Reilly's out, Bobby Fish is out, Adam Cole's out, Danielson, Punk,
Hmm.
Omega. Uh, they don't need Moxley out. He's a big part of this match of Blood and
Yeah,
Guts. So hopefully him and Sammy's good to go for the match. Um,
yeah.
yeah, that pretty much summed up the card right there. I thought the show was 10 out of 10. I couldn't tell you one favorite match I had. Uh,
I mean, the whole
that
show was so awesome that it's really hard to pick like the top
yeah,
match of it all. It's
I
really
will,
hard. I mean, the show as a whole, I would give it 5 stars.
yeah. Um, what was I going to say? Oh, I was gonna say, like hopefully they have it again next year, and guys like Punk, Omega, Danielson will be
Yeah,
able to compete in it. But they want to have it in Japan next time, and that's gonna be hard for American fans to watch
yeah,
that at 1 a.m. in the morning. Who's gonna pay on pay per view? Well, people can still pay for it and watch it the next day or any time nowadays. Like you don't have to
right, right. Never
do like
underestimate, the
yeah,
the love of wrestling when it comes down to wrestling fans. I mean,
yeah.
you
See,
know, the,
like years ago, you had to put your VHS in there and make sure it was
yeah,
recording. And then when there was a commercial, you had to hurry go over there and press stop recording. You had to go back when it comes back on and press record again. But nowadays you got
that's
um,
dedication.
yeah, my uncle used to do that. He had tapes on top of tapes with TNA, WWE, and like even other stuff that's not even WWE. Like that's what he would do if he
Yeah,
missed something. Like that's his only choice to do. But nowadays you got DVR and
yeah,
other stuff to go back and watch it on. Like it's a lot easier than doing that. Because trust me,
right.
I did the same thing having and it's a hassle too having to do that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the review. One last question, Mitchell Cook. You guys think Paige will be coming to AEW if she gets
Oh,
cleared? If she
good
gets cleared,
question.
if she gets cleared, yes, because she wasn't cleared to wrestle when she was in WWE. See, Samoa Joe
Right.
was. He was okay, but they would never use him. But Paige isn't cleared. But if she ends up getting cleared, I say, yeah, I'd use her. Um,
Yeah, why not? I mean, she could be a huge asset to the women's division in AEW.
even if she couldn't wrestle, maybe hiring her as a coach in AEW and be like the head of the women's division, like her basically, I don't say taking over, but like being like a head person over the women's division
Yeah,
uh, would be a good fit. And her and William Regal's got a lot of chemistry too. So
yeah.
if she's able to wrestle, I think she'd be a good member of the Blackpool Combat Club. But
Oh,
I don't
she'd be
know.
perfect. She'd be perfect. No, she'd be perfect. She'd be
But I don't
perfect
know.
there.
Jamie Hayter is pretty. I want to see Jamie Hayter versus Paige because their accents sound the
Oh,
same. And if you watch the Paige movie in theaters, Fighting with My Family, like the
my
actor that
family.
plays that, like
Great
the
movie, by
actor,
the way.
yeah, like the actor that played Paige looks exactly like Jamie Hayter.
She
Uh,
does though. I never noticed that.
I want to
She
see.
does though.
I want to see them a segment backstage interview or something, just them two interacting with each other one time. Uh,
That would be nice. That'd be pretty cool.
but yeah, I like to see her in AEW if she's cleared. Uh,
Hell yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much it for review. Next Monday we'll have a best of special. I thought we'd do a review for the pay per view, since we didn't get to do one for Double or Nothing. Um,
Mm.
next Monday we'll be back for the normal. Uh,
Monday Night Replay.
sure. WWE ain't no way that's gonna match up to Forbidden Door. Ain't no way.
Mm, yeah, because WWE,
Who,
they're all about them. They're not.
who's wrestling on that? I know they got the part of the two Money in the Bank matches, women's and men's, but they didn't release half their roster. Who they
It's
got?
it's not gonna match up. I don't see it matching up with Money in the Bank. Because I mean,
And
not
Roman
really.
Reigns and Roman Reigns, he's not wrestling on it, right? He's not.
From what I heard, he's not. I don't know. Could be wrong, but I haven't been watching WWE lately. So
I'm on their card right now. Carmella versus Bianca Belair. The women's Money in the Bank. The men's Money in the Bank. Why is Happy Court on the card? See,
I think I heard about that. He's supposed to be Pat McAfee challenged him to a fight. I think that's what it is,
the Usos versus Street Profits. They didn't done that so many times. Uh,
dude.
Theory versus Bobby Lashley. Now that'll probably be a good match, but
Yeah,
no, it's not gonna have any level of beating them.
no, and that's Saturday, I believe. I think
Is it
Money in the
like
Bank's on
comparing a
Saturday.
Chevrolet to a Lamborghini? Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a good analogy. Good analogy.
uh, But yeah, I still watch WWE sometimes, mainly for like WrestleMania or SummerSlam or like the big ones. Um, I can't sit there and do that anymore. Now, if it was watchable, yeah, I'd sit there 3 hours and watch Raw every week. But nowadays, you can go maybe 10 years ago. But
Yeah, I
um,
mean nowadays it's just filler, and then they have some wrestling, then more filler, then they have some wrestling, then more filler, then the main event.
yeah, like
That's it.
I seen one time that like the first 20 minutes of the show, like they didn't have a match the first 20 minutes of the show on Raw one time. Like they had someone come out
Yeah.
and do like an opening segment for like 10 minutes. Then when they came back, they had a few backstage segments. Then they went back to commercial. Then when they came back, they had a in ring segment like Miz TV or something. Then when they came back, then they had a match.
See how you gonna put on a wrestling show with no wrestling?
I mean, you can do all the segments and stuff, but you gotta have a variety of stuff. Like
I think I, I
you done
think that
wasted,
I think that
you
you
done
should
wasted.
have the whole show based on the wrestling. I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, sure, nothing wrong with vignettes if they're funny and if they're short and sweet. The key words are short and sweet, and
I
get
don't
back
care
to the
for.
wrestling.
I know they have like Miz TV and a bunch of other stuff, but
Yeah.
I prefer. What was Chris Jericho's one? Uh,
Um.
I like Jericho's the best. His talk show
Uh,
things are good.
what was this talk shows? Oh, damn it! That's loose my
If anyone
mind.
knows in the comments what Jericho's,
It
uh,
wasn't talk. It wasn't Talk is Jericho because that's his podcast that he has now.
because in WWE he had
Yeah, the Jericho Tron. I remember that.
his Jerichotron. Trying to figure out. I liked his the best out of any like segment or anything. Um, but yeah, we'll be back next Monday for our regular Monday theme thing. Then Wednesday we'll be here for Dynamite. Thursday for the review. Then Friday for Rampage. We'll do it all again next week. But yeah, we'll see you guys Wednesday for Dynamite.
Thanks for tuning in. Peace.